Since most people come from the west side of the park, I'm going to start with the Lake MacDonald area. One of the most popular trails in the park is the Trail of the Cedars. It's one of 2 wheelchair-accessible trails in the park. It's located 5.5 miles east of the Lake MacDonald Lodge. It's very popular, and it's often not possible to park near the trailhead. So if you really want to see this one, get there early. The trail is a raised wooden boardwalk, arranged in a mile-long loop through an old-growth cedar and western hemlock forest. The cedars reach heights of 100 feet, and the big ones are said to be over 500 years old. By the way, here it's just about 3,500 feet above sea level. This trail has more than just big trees. The undergrowth is also on the lush side. This side of the park is lower and much wetter than the east side. After only a few minutes, the sounds of the forest give way to the sound of rushing water. Avalanche Creek cut this beautiful gorge. This is one of the park's best photo ops, and it's the primary reason I've done this trail many times. You can shoot it from a couple of vantage points and get some really good shots. If you feel the need to add a little more up to your day, meaning elevation gain, just after the bridge, there's another trail that heads up along the creek. You can see it just beyond the bridge in this shot. 1.9 mostly paved miles from here, and another 500 feet up. You'll arrive at Avalanche Lake. It's nice, but I've only been up to Avalanche Lake once, and frankly, I don't really feel the need to do it again. There are better sights to come. That's just my opinion. This area also has hikes to high peaks. Away from the Sun Road, there's a hike with a great view of Lake MacDonald from the Apgar Lookout. If you've been to the park's website, there's a webcam at this spot. It's a strenuous hike, though it's only a 7.2-mile round trip, because it rises about 1,850 feet. There's little shade, and it's frequented by bears, so bring your bear spray. It'll take most folks about 3 hours to get to the top, where you'll see that familiar view from the webcam. It's to the left of the lookout tower. One of the best trails in this area is the amazing 12.3-mile round-trip hike to Sperry Chalet. And you can do it by horse, on a group ride. On foot, the trail is tough, and you need to be in shape to hike up 3,360 feet. A fire in 2018 burned one of the historic buildings, and its reconstruction is scheduled to be complete at the end of 2019. The burned trees also mean there is less shade here, so this one is a toughie. But the views make it worth all the effort. And once you get here, there's actually quite a bit to do. Look at the website and check it all out. A couple of other trails intersect with this one of the toughest trails in the park. The one to Mount Brown Lookout goes up 4,250 feet in just 5 miles. And of course, that's why I've never done it. The hike to Snyder Lake is an 8.7-mile round trip with only 2,045 feet of climbing. But I haven't done this one either. The Johns Lake Trail is only a 1.8-mile loop, but there's not much parking there, so this one can be kind of hard to do. And yes, it goes by the nearby falls, which are very photogenic. But I slipped and fell, and, well, the 2 cameras I was carrying survived intact, but one of my ribs didn't. It still hurts sometimes, so let's move on. There are many more trails in the Lake MacDonald area, and maybe I'll talk about them in an update of this video. But frankly, I prefer the east side trails.